Alright, hello everybody, welcome to VR Master League. Here on Channel 1, we've got a master match in the European scene for you today. It's Envy, and it's Hellbent, and on the casting desk, I'm Palidore, being joined by Nightfire as we get this one underway quite shortly. Night, thanks for joining me.
Yeah, of course. I mean, it's a bit of an action-packed afternoon or night, depending on where you're at, especially if you're at the EU end. We also have another game going live on Echo Arena VRML 2. I believe that is Not Esports versus Nameless. And so just a lot of good master tier games to be tuning into. If you're going to get those multi-streams up, now is going to be the time.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Gotta love to see it. I mean, even over on, I know the last couple nights in North America, I haven't been able to do as many casts, and yet the channels have been filled up. I got on some yesterday. I had to go on VRML 3 just to stream, and I was actually really happy about that. Because, yeah, it means things are active on the casting end, on the players end, so a lot of action for sure to tune into.
And I'll tell you where people want to get active, Pally. It's your fault. They love the betting. I'm seeing clamors for some wages to go down already for this matchup. They love to get their bets in. And if you don't know what it is, usually there's up at the top of your chat bar, window, there's a option to predict which team will win or lose. You can use your chat points, which you earn by just hanging out in chat, right. And you can bet those and get more. And I think we're getting ready to go into this game, Pally.
That is indeed the case. So there you go. Got the bet up for the next couple minutes. You guys can feel free to join in on that. I'm going to start charging you your channel points, though, in the future. Maybe. I'm going to get stingy about it. Just kidding. I know you guys like that. So, hey, thank you for joining. Here we are in the game as the first launch is going to be snagged, looking like, well, by the boosted Hellbent players. There's Locky with the disc, sending it down to Oculalen. Oculalen looking for the pass to Baguette. And Baguette tags it for the 2 points first.
A quick score within 15 seconds of the start of this round. You know, if you want to come out the gate hot, it's certainly one way to do it. But when you're in these master tier games, just because that point's scored early, you know, hey, let's see what the offensive joust looks like for Envy now, because we may have a very fast back and forth on our hands here. We got to be ready for that if Envy come charging in and bringing the same sort of energy that Hellbent did right out the gate, and already a good bit of setting up inside of the zone. We'll see if they can get themselves all the way up there, and they do have a nice bit of a cross pass to the backside of the backboard. No, a stop! Excellent denial from Multi.
And you know, the beauty of that one was, it was both a pass and a shot. I mean, it was saved, granted, but they were there for the grab. It was still there off the backboard, so they basically had 2 in 1 as they get a headbutt out of there, and just recovering will be Baguette. Baguette trying for that top pocket, unable to connect, but they will get a rebound there for Locky.
This Hellbent team swarming inside the zone of Envy, and again, another shot on goal from Baguette on the backside this time. A little bit of a side angle as well, making it tough to deny from the goalie, and 2 more points tacked on for Hellbent, but that took a little bit longer. Nice job of Envy to at least get themselves up there and put a threat inside the zone. We'll see if they can do it again this offensive joust. They do have, again, that offensive advantage after losing the point and almost getting an intercept there. You saw the blitz fly by the disc, just missing it. Does open up an opportunity to set up some push and some pressure from Envy. A good bit of pass. No, a wide pass. This is going to be punished. No, scooped up again. The shot off the backboard goes in. National Agency doing all the work there.
Yeah, National popping into the game here. Good to see him, as well as one of our new league casters. And kind of the same case with that shot. It could have been a pass. There was a guy right on the backboard, but also it was a shot. So maybe part of the active strategy there is, you know, just giving themselves options. Basically, have to make the goalie address both the receiver of the pass or the shot if the receiver doesn't catch it. And that's actually an interesting kind of move there.
Envy bouncing back here. That was a 3 too. You know, I don't know if you noticed that was outside the bubble, so that was a 3-point backboard shot. And now they're going to set up to take the lead. I guess excellent cross dinged off the top. Really good setup there, and still they managed to get the rebound. BK managing to maintain control for Envy here as they continue to set up inside the bubble. There's a pass that goes wide, and these missed passes have been getting punished. We saw one early on the end of Hellbent when they were off their offensive joust. And here's a bit of an awkward bounce pass with the backboard, gets scooped up and cleared, still inside the zone of Hellbent.
All right, Baguette deep into the blue zone. There's a immediate chain coming in from Envy. It's recovery from the Niles. Niles getting stunned, but not before a partial clear that gets back to Baguette. Baguette! Oh, right back at him with a 3 of their own. It's 7 points for Hellbent, and Baguette hitting hot.
That's a crazy shot to take. He has to be able to read or at least be aware of the team that's surrounding him, you know, because oftentimes those long threes in this master tier get scooped up by a good double stack. But he just knew where the defense was. He knew that he had, I think there was 3 defenders roughly in front of him, and he could afford to take that long open goal 3. Snags a nice bit of a rebuttal, like you said, from Hellbent, and Envy's not giving up. They're getting a good bit of setup, an excellent cross pass to lead for the 2. National Agency with a laser beam to BK gets them right back in it.
What a perfect rollout that was. The passing execution on that was excellent. There were even some cases where Hellbent's coverage had been nice defensively, and they had to kind of adjust and make sure to hit a different person, and they did. Just wonderfully executed all the way down the full stretch of the floor for Envy, and as a result, 2-point match here. Very high-scoring, competitive in this first 4 minutes.
You gotta love it, you know, and this is what I said. This is either going to be a Hellbent kind of running away with it early, or this is going to be a fast-scoring matchup, and that is exactly what we were getting here today. Envy bringing that stack to get themselves disc command, and wow, what a great bit of back and forth to start off the afternoon or to kick off your night full of VRML. And again, if you're not doing the multi-stream, I recommend it. You can be watching double the Echo Arena. Granted, you probably want to keep your eyes dialed in on this game because so far it has been an awesome back and forth, and we're just sort of keeping that disc from getting into either one's hands in that midfield there. As Envy do get a setup, a good pass out the backboard. There's a cross to the center. All 4 defense comes out, and it gets slapped in by the goalie.
A rough bounce on that one. It looks like, yeah, still a hit there, courtesy National, but Multi getting the credit for it, dubiously, as it will be a 7-7 tie with just under 5 minutes left to go. And quick shout out in the chat to Emil, subscribing with Prime Gaming, 8 months so far, and appreciate that very much. Thanks for tuning in.
That shot was under 4. There was all 4 defenders right in front of him, and somehow he manages to get that in. A crazy shot to keep Envy tied up here, 7-7, and now a couple of clears going back and forth. Who's going to get up to this stack first? This is an opportunity for Hellbent to maybe put one on. As no, National Agency gets right on the back of Emily, and that's Emily. Multi and pushes off.
You're thinking of Emil.
I was thinking of Emil. Sorry, yeah.
Well, BK here with the takeaway. Again, I love this passing, but even better defense coming in from Lucky. Locked down, but now dropped down by Infiltrate off the rebound, and it's a 2-point lead. Envy.
You're right. It's their inside bubble passing, and to that defense, that denial there, it just floated, and God, you love to see that. I don't know if it's intentional. I gotta wonder how much of it's just teamwork and whatever. But what happened there is if a teammate pushed off of a piece of pushed off of a geode, and then as he grabbed the disc, he pushed off his teammate to realign. Like, it's just so intricate in that moment to get that too. And still Envy looking to pile on here as they do get, again, a good bit of back and forth to try and pull out the defense. There's a missed pass that does get punished, but BK sitting in the backfield scoops it up. He's been doing a good job of getting these rebounds and keeping the Envy offense pushed up here. There's a pass that does go wide. Let's see if it gets punished. No, BK again getting that rebound for his team and keeping the disc in his team's hands. We do get a bit of a brawl, and finally a clear coming in from Hellbent, but the stack of Envy is there, ready to answer. Envy's feeling good here. Here's the Hellbent stack, though. Can they get something set up? They're going to pause. Oh, and a pass that goes wide. This could be bad news.
Oh, right through the pause, in fact, and that's almost on the goal as well. Will be taken by BK. BK making that play thanks to the stun by Infiltrate on the goalie Baguette. So a lot of things happening in just that few seconds of action. But punishing after the turnover, an unforced error at that, kind of. I mean, it was a two-person reset in the midfield, but both of them just kind of watched this sail by them, unfortunately. So with that, a 2-goal lead with 2 minutes left in the first round, going to favor Envy, and Envy now starting to collapse here into the defensive zone, as it will be some tough goings for Hellbent late.
Hellbent trying to set something up here inside the zone of Envy, and Envy have just been riding a wave of momentum right now. They are really pushing well into this round one, trying to make sure that they can solidify their lead and make sure that when they come into round two, they have that momentum riding. Hellbent is close, like you said, just 2 goals away from getting back into this. Is this a shot on goal off of the side? I think it was snagged by the stack just in time, and the clear comes down. There's an open goal shot that does go wide, and still Envy in control. Pass to the center of the clear, the 2-pointer. That might lock it in. I don't know. 1:30. I'm just not sure if it's enough for Hellbent to come back.
Yeah, it'll definitely be tough. It was tied up not too long ago, 7 apiece, and since then, Envy a few goals, and now feeling in a good rhythm to end this round, and trying to continue on that way. And quick answer to the Twitch there. What is hydrate? Well, Storm, hydrating us casters. That's all it is. Reminding us to drink, because we talk a lot, and you know what? It's good for our health. You guys got to keep us in track sometimes. That's all. So into the left lane now on a clear, less than a minute left.
And Envy still applying the pressure despite their pretty solid lead with 50 seconds. They really want to lock this one in. And what Hellbent needs to do is just sort of bounce back a little bit. Maybe get a 2, maybe get a 3 on the board as you transition into round 2, so you have the right momentum going in. You know, the resets in between rounds is certainly enough for a lot of these master tier teams to be able to adjust and sort of, you know, I guess reset and come back in that next round. But it's always good to get a little momentum going your way. And we are getting a bit of a back and forth in the clear space. There's a mail slot shot that goes just a bit out of place. Going to be quickly scooped up by Denial, and that's going to be it for round one. Envy definitely locking it in there, 15-7. A very commanding performance from them, but Hellbent came out the gate so good, and they kept it close for so long, and they just never managed to stop that momentum that Envy got. I think it was maybe 7 or 8 points unanswered.
Yeah, pretty much. Because Hellbent was ahead by a little bit early by 1 or 2 goals. They got, you know, a pretty good start, but Envy just coming back indeed with a lot of fury, it seemed like, and because of that carried themselves to a great victory, and it was predicated off of some awesome passing for sure, some great positioning, and just a lot of control. And even when they lost control a few times, because their positioning was good, well, they got it right back, and they were able to punish on a couple of, you know, 50-50 discs where it gets knocked out into a wall or just out the bubble, but then it got back to Envy, and they found themselves their points, and definitely made a point to capitalize as much as they could on every opportunity. And you love to see it. As always, I'm impressed by the speed, but I'm super impressed by the passing that I'm seeing from them here.
Yeah, I mean, there was one point, I think it was nearly it was a cross-court pass that was just, I mean, you don't even think about it really, but this is a pass that's hit on the move. He's hitting a moving target perfectly. I mean, it's like when you think about in any other sport, that's so hard to accomplish, and it looked so easy there for the setup for that 3-point backboard. I mean, it was just really impressive and accurate passing for the most part from Envy. We did see some passes go wide, and they did get punished. And when you get at this level, you know, if you miss a pass, it's going to get punished. The joust advantage coming in with the headbutt from Envy, but there is Hellbent on their end of the field waiting to scoop it up. They managed to snag disc, and maybe they can set up an early advantage again going into round 2. It would be a great way to bounce back from a round 1 loss, and already they are getting the opportunity. Some good passing from Hellbent, but excellent defense from the Niles as he stuns out the disc bearer and gets a really nice clear. The stack from Hellbent's going to be here to snag it and hopefully clear it out so they can get themselves, again, pushing towards the offense.
And they do a successful clear immediately on the chain, so a brief overshoot, and they're still going to get it back. Multi with the disc. They have a few defenders in the goal and a couple more coming out underway on the stack, so able to cause a turnover. National Agency there, deep on the other side, a big punch. BK the right space, the right place, but being stunned and now out of place is a disc. Disc place, in fact, as it goes to Locky. Locky sends it into the other zone. Still scoreless yet. Might change in a second as the boost, again, frantic, fast, furious, and the shot's not going to be there thanks to the dive from the Niles as Oculalen retains a alley-oop attempt, but also not on the connection. Having trouble as Locky finally gets the move after a quick juke around the pole.
That was really nice teamwork there. They went with the 3-man press. They didn't pull all 4 out. They had, I believe, BK or someone in the back there. But just the passing between the two on the top and the bottom of the zone, while they had one sitting on the outside waiting for the rebound. He snags it and gets an excellent shot for that 2-point. Just a really good bit of a 3-man work inside that zone. We'll see if they can do it again as they do come in here for this setup. There's a good pass to the backside, and the shot goes a bit wide.
Yeah,
but, hey, there is Multi, who is sitting on that backfield waiting to get any sort of back-end clears, and now they're pulling all 4, everyone pushing into the zone.
Yeah, that shot left the hand a little bit funny, but credit to them. They're not going to let it affect him. Gets it back to Baguette, and again, assisted by Oculalen here, and they got themselves a couple goal advantage. So at least early indications are this is looking a lot like the first round, but we also know how that kind of turned out in the latter portions. Yeah. So Hellbent doing well, but seeing if they can hold on to that and just keep the foot on the pedals here.
10 minutes is a lot of time. You know, you're playing a long game here when you're scoring goals early and often, and Envy definitely doesn't back down from a little bit of a disadvantage. Every team at this tier does not back down from a little disadvantage. Here's a long range shot. Gonna try and no, doesn't go for the shot. Goes for the rebound. Locky doing all of the work. Backboard passes to himself off of the stack and then shoots it in for the 2.
Yeah, nice job. You can also see after the initial boost, kind of had himself shielded along the way just in case the punch was coming, and put himself in position for the very, very timely grab, just to put it back off that rebound, like you said. And whoa, look at that, another takeaway and another stack, starting to really punish hard, but a ding, and that's going to be sent out by Infiltrate, so that could have put them up by 8 points, but instead here, Denial's getting a pass over, and BK, just barely missing, and taking it out is Baguette.
Jeez, we are flying across the field here as these clears come in. The stack's quickly pursuing. Here's another opportunity for the shot. No, gets stunned out as he goes for it. Can they get it again? They still have the setup. Another great denial as the disc continues to bounce around into the hands of Hellbent. There's a shot to the bottom half of the goal that goes a bit wide. Locky's there to retrieve the rebound. Continues to keep Hellbent here inside the zone of Envy, but that shot goes wide. Hellbent's still going to hold on. No, they're not, as the stack zings in. National Agency grabs disc, clears it, goes for the shot. Wow. That nearly goes in. Try to keep up. We are, like I said, sailing across field here. Shots going across both ends.
Yeah, some really, and I mean really narrow misses as BK takes that away, but right back to him. Just perfect spot right as he came out of the stun. So now they're going to get that clear, get the boost, recovered here by National. No hesitation, but unfortunately no goal either as Baguette gets it. And both teams now finding themselves the victims of some dings, but definitely still immediate on these boosts, these chains down the floor.
We are playing fast and furious and have hit the NOS right now. Things are flying around. Quick shots. It's been a long while since a goal has been scored. Both teams, like you said, getting very close but not able to lock it in just yet. And that works just fine for Hellbent. They have a 6-point lead right now. And so if they can kill this clock and burn it down, and avoid being scored on, it's a benefit to them. There's a good bit of a stack and clear pass as they do set up inside the zone. The cross goes a bit wide as it gets denied for the head, but there's another shot getting scooped up. National Agency doing some work on the goal. And this, I mean, geez, these teams, they are playing faster than they were in round one by far as the stacks come flying in. There's, for some reason, Lockie sitting in the back end, waiting for that disc, perfectly placed, gets the clear. There's the three-point shot, gets scooped up by Infiltrate.
What is happening in this game? This has turned into just a chaotic mess of clears, boosts, and excellent defense. I love it. Right now, though, Lockie getting the disc, sending it to Baguette. And indeed, we remain scoreless for a few minutes here, just back and forth in this action, trying to break through the very, very heavy pressure being put on as Oculalen dives in, looking for a passing option, finds Baguette. Been reliable, continues to do so here with a score on 8 points on the scoreboard. Hellbent. Wow, 2:44 expired since that last joust.
And I mean, if you want to talk about a good time to take a timeout right now, if you're Envy, this is perfect, right? You just had an incredibly long back and forth session and didn't get the result you're looking for, and you're down 8-0 right now. They bounce, I don't know if they meant to there, but they do a little, they seemingly bounce out of their stack there and kind of seem to be slow out the offensive joust as Hellbent is in the midfield trying to shut down any sort of passing that can go on. They are brawling here, and they do manage to get disc and clear it a little bit into Envy's zone as National Agency gets the disc, goes for the mail slot shot. That's a three-pointer to get them on the board with 3:30 left. That's a beauty.
I'll tell you what, that's just about the last thing that Hellbent wanted here, because they were /are in firm control, but now it's only by 5 points instead of 8, and they've got still 3 minutes left. So, you know, that's kind of the dangers you play with this very, very boost-heavy type gameplay, where those goals are left open at times, and you know, you give them a couple threes that could come back in a hurry for Envy, so gotta be careful. But Oculalen says, well, I'm gonna take care of this disc and just find the goal again, and they did. I have 7 points, wipe the sweat off the brow. It's back to a decent lead with less than 3.
You know, Hellbent doing really good to keep their to just come out the gate swinging here in round 2, get this lead and hold on to it. Envy nearly managed to get the disc there off of Hellbent's offensive joust. They almost had 2 goals going in back to back, but that was just barely shut down by the likes of Hellbent. Here, Envy is pushing forward to set up, but it is a 7-point deficit right now. A nice 2-point backboard shot closes that up to being 5, and it is closer, but what's the time on 2:15 left? It's possible. Envy did run away with quite a few points in round 1.
Yeah, for sure. It was 15-7 in round 1, so still within the realm of reach, for sure. Just a couple shots away, potentially, with a 3 and a 2. To Leaf Flight Games in the chat, by the by, quick clarification, the numbers you see next to the players' names in private matches, so like this, not levels. Those are jersey numbers, essentially. So, believe me, these guys aren't level 0, I promise. These are master tier, master caliber players who've been at it for quite a while. This is the best of the best of VRML and here in the European scene.
I mean, just look at the passing, you know? You're not going to see this anywhere else. It is so clean. It's been so crisp for this Envy team. Yeah, it is so fast, especially in the EU side. You just love to see how quick they go with their stack movements, and this has been an incredibly fast bit of gameplay as we do get a bit of a stack and clear to push up. A good bit of defense slaps disc away, shuts down what could have been a 2-on-1 inside the zone, and Envy managing to get what could have been a nice stack and clear for Hellbent, keep things on their side and keep the disc in their hand. An open goal 3 goes just a bit high, but still Envy trying to pile on here. They need to get 2 consecutive goals in a row as a good cross to the center and the 2-point shot up top. 56 seconds left. They are 1-3 away from keeping it tied.
And see, this is why I say earlier that first 3-point shot that was hit for Envy. I said that 3-point. Not what you wanted, extra punishing, because why we're in this scenario where it is 40 seconds left in round 2. Hellbent is up by only 3. So, I mean, Envy's still in position where they have to play hard and get a 3-point shot. But point is, it could be a 2-goal game now had it not been for that, that 3 earlier on. That said, turnover here will give them a chance as Envy does retain. They're going to need to shoot that 3 and get it to the other side first if they can. The Nile's being contested pretty hard, but the stack already well prepared for Hellbent. And wise recognition, but they cannot collect the disc initially, making it a little bit tougher as the clear goes out.
even if they could grab it there, they can't go for that 2. Still, they have to set up the 3. They may get the opportunity. They are in the outside of the zone. They're going to go for it. No, that's going to be a 2-point dunk. Going to put them just 1 out of range there as the clock ticks down. We are going to a round 3, Pally.
Yeah, that's. I'm not sure if there was a miscommunication or not. I mean, Envy, credit to them, made a great job at made a great effort at coming back there, but they had some time to search for a 3 to potentially tie and go to overtime. So interesting that they opted not to take that, or they just weren't quite aware of the point/clock scenario. But with that said, I'm not complaining because we got ourselves a round 3, and it's a competitive match in both of these rounds for sure, and especially that one. So, hey, nothing else. We get to go 10 more minutes, and that's good with me.
Yeah, I'm not complaining either. That was, man, a really exciting 2 rounds, and I think we're going into a bit of a, a between round pause here. Teams seemingly still staying loose, but National Agency 12 points. That mail slot shot huge to nearly bring Envy back in that second round. And if you want to talk about momentum and what you need to do going into that final round, Envy is, I think, maybe set up better here than Hellbent. They have, although they lost that round, scored a couple of consecutive goals there. They got a couple of nice 3s to come back from a pretty solid lead that Hellbent was holding. They have a decent bit of momentum that they can ride going into this third round, and they've taken that first one. They had a good commanding lead, 15-7 in round 1, so it's doable for this Envy team, and I'm really excited to see what we get out of both squads going in to this final round, because Hellbent have come out really good in every single round. Round 1, they came out with a lead. Round 2, they came out with a lead. If they can do it round 3, it's going to be tough for Envy.
Yeah, and well, let's see if they can get the first score. They will. So
wow.
That was 6 seconds in off that joust. They were well prepared that time for sure with that great stack. And oh my, look at the Twitch chat right now. Asterion Products coming in with 10 tier 1 community subs. Our awesome sponsors in Asterion stopping by here in this Master Division match in Europe with a huge gift to the channel. Thank you so much from Asterion Products. Love you guys. As we start off this third round with some heat, both in the chat and the game.
Yeah, perfectly timed, really, right? As that 2-pointer gets sunk in by Envy in a key 2-pointer. Nonetheless, we're in this round 3 here. Envy needed to get a lead in at least one of these rounds, and if you're going to do it, this is the one to do it in. Here comes another stack and clear. The defense is quickly there to rebut, but they can't deny goals as Baguette swings in the 2 from the backside. 4-point lead out the gate for Envy. They are doing what Hellbent have done every other round that they've played them in this series so far, and I don't know. Hellbent has to answer back here on their offensive joust. They have to be ready to be able to come back from an early deficit.
Yeah, absolutely, and this is unfamiliar positioning here for Hellbent, because they did start the first couple rounds with the first couple of goals in each one. So now Envy, just a dose of their own medicine, essentially, as they cause another turnover. There's BK sending it through. National trying to contest with Locky there, but Locky just wise, not going into the stun, just took a leech instead. That said, couldn't get the initial clear. We'll still get it back one more time. National's right there to pester, however, as Baguette seals it and sends it, but another take from Infiltrate. 4-point lead and the possession right back to Envy.
Yeah, they don't need to have all 4 pulled out when they're getting a little bit aggressive on the offensive end, and so they managed to sort of, they've been allowed, I guess, to leave Infiltrate a little bit farther behind, and that was, I think, a shot on goal, that long bounce shot off the bottom end, and Infiltrate was there to deny it. That very well might have gone in. Hellbent is setting up something here inside the zone as that pass gets wide. I think he got stunned going for the grab. The Envy playing a good bit of defense now with this 4-point lead. Hellbent is not relenting on the pressure, though. They are keeping this disc inside their zone. For how long is the question?
That is the question. All I really know is anytime that disc is cleared, it is not cleared for long, because someone is getting the handles on it quickly. Blazingly fast and blistering through the arena now will be taken back by Agency. National, however, taking it, getting it bounced actually off the Geo, so unfortunate misplay, and will be bounced once more into a recovery from Baguette. Actually, perhaps not, because there's National again, and losing his arms a second time, so something going wrong there on the National side. Declare a national emergency as it's taken by Baguette.
Yeah, and you know, hey, any little mistake is going to get capitalized on by an enemy team. If there's a tracking error, anything, a missed pass, whatever happens, should be capitalized on. And we do see a bit of a back and forth. Somehow Envy has managed to keep that disc away from their zone still, despite a couple of hiccups as they went for their setup on the offense. And Hellbent just not able to string much together right now. We're kind of like we were in round 2, but with less of a lead. 4-0 by Envy, and neither team can manage to get one in. As I say that, the stack and clear comes in, and again, another missed grab. That's the second or third missed grab we've seen.
Yeah, and that was 3 players flying by. They still get the recovery. They've got a little bit of a triangle between the outer bubble and the barrier, but they still couldn't quite get that to go. So momentum certainly in the favor right now of Envy, feeling a little bit more calm, a little more collected, and a lot better off of that shot. They're up by 6 here in the 3rd round.
Honestly, fortunate for Hellbent there. That could have been a 3. He was just inside the bubble there when he went to take that shot, and he had an opportunity to really take that 3 if he was just maybe a meter back or so. But either way, Envy with 6 now. It's going to be 2 threes, and again, another missed pass, another missed grab. This disc is covered in butter, and Hellbent cannot get their hands on it. It is too slippery for them. Envy's got gloves, is managing to hold on to this thing as they pass around and try and set up for another offensive push. A good bit of defensive work there from Oculalen as he snags disc and almost full clears.
All right, so at the pockets here, the trap that is will be taken by Baguette. Up high off that corner, but there's Blue once more. Envy able to recover, taken by Baguette. Disc definitely finding Baguette's hands a lot, but being lost now as they go for this stack. Both teams, in fact, trying to get the disc first, and it will be Baguette there just before BK is able to assault and sending it to Lockie at the midline. And Lockie now trying to find just an angle, maybe deliver into the recovery there from Multi in the stack, so knew that they were coming. Good communication, and now backing it out, trying to slow it down and find their first points halfway through round 3.
Stunned out as he went for that pass. Again, good defense from Envy to shut down any even really potential setup for the likes of Hellbent as they do try and get something going inside the zone. And again, another key stun as the disc floats around, gets scooped up by the likes of BK and his cohorts. And there's the shot on the 2-pointer from BK, the setup from Niles. 8-point lead now. And hey, we've seen Envy come back from this in round 1. Hellbent, I think, is capable of it. They just need to show us what they were showing in round 2, where that really excellent passing, that on-point communication, and that good bit of teamwork inside the bubble. They just haven't had an opportunity, I feel like, to really set anything up like that. Envy has just been stunning out and brawling everyone they run into, and maybe Hellbent can get something going here as they go on to their 3rd or 4th offensive joust. There's a good bit of a shot. Oh! Carried in by National Agency in the confusion. That was almost a 3-pointer that ended up going, it seemed like that was, you know, the opposite of what we would expect. You know, you see that 3-point shot that goes in that looks like a pass. That was maybe a pass that looked like a 3-point shot. Either way, it gets carried in for a 2, and finally, Hellbent get on the board for round 3.
Man, they're so hot. They're scoring for both sides now. But that said, Denials trying to send that clear through. It's going to be missed once more. So another one of those kind of unforced errors, and they've been punished so far on them as BK takes it and just 1-on-1 into that goal, essentially, with the full wingspan. There's BK.
Not insurmountable by any means. Again, 8-point lead is doable. It's a lot of goals back to back, but it's just momentum, and we've seen both teams ride momentum well in this series. So not counting Hellbent out by any means. 3 minutes left for them to work with as they go on to an offensive joust again. And Envy really applying some good stack pressure early because they can afford to. They don't necessarily need to sit back at goal. They can afford a few points can be scored before they really have to buckle down, and so they're playing an aggressive early defense. There's a pass that doesn't get scooped up by Lockie. The Geo gets in the way. Envy get the full clear, and which stack's going to get here first? Envy seems to be getting here first, but the stun comes in from Multi, and he manages to clear it not quite all the way out as Infiltrator's there to scoop it up.
Yeah, a lot of, again, the frantic play here with 2:24 left. I mean, it's going to be pretty tough. You got to give credit to Envy for really putting on the heat in this round so far. Dave, stand tall here in this 3rd round.
Yeah, Envy has been playing again. Their passing has been really on point throughout this series, and again, you see their excellent bit of pass work there on the bottom of the zone for Multi to get his. Actually, I think that was knocked in by Multi, but either way, Envy getting that 2 point, and it looks so easy, but it is one of the most difficult things to be doing, and they do it so fast and such long range. It's just so impressive. To see the accuracy of their passing, and obviously the dividends that it ends out paying, because the accurate passes get you points. As Baguette does a good bit of solo works his way up through the middle to get 2. I just don't know if it's enough. It might be two points too late.
Yeah, that might be the case here. 121 left in this round, and I mean, still, credit to them. They're still putting on effort and still trying to get the points. And of course, in terms of, the final score, they matter a little bit there on the differential. Enough to mean, you still want to play the full way through. Hellbent's still putting on a great performance here, able to take Envy to 3 rounds. But I think just more and more over time, especially in this 3rd round, once they got that rhythm there for Envy, like, look at that. Look at the passing.
Ooh.
I mean, that's what I'm talking about. That was through some defense as well. Just impressive work for the 14th point.
It's so hard to do that under pressure. They are being actively pressured. They have 1 or 2 defenders in their face, potentially trying to stun them out, and they're still able to get these pinpoint passes out. And then, to see also an excellent bit of 1v1 juking going on. It's just the whole package. Good passing, good solo play. They're good stack speed. Envy just bringing it in this final round to get themselves this series W. That's a good bit of a snag there for Multi.
All right, back to Denials, though. Going for another play, 13. So time for one more shot, perhaps, here, as it goes back to the bow tie. Will be Lucky and Infiltrate contesting each other. Niles with one more pass, just handing it off. BK, and they pop it in for 1 more point to triple their score. 16-4, Envy in round 3. Win this.
Just a commanding performance and a fun one to watch. I mean, geez, what a really awesome series to tune into for me this afternoon. I'd love to drop into these EU Master Tier matches. They are so fun to watch. It is always an excellent bit of back and forth. And I think we have more games coming up, if I'm not mistaken, Mel. Am I wrong on that?
You are probably not. We're going to see if we can have an invite here, perhaps get communications with the teams. But yes, we were supposed to stream one more match, which is to say Meowsters versus NothingToLose. That's right. So took that on just a little bit before this match has started. I'm just trying to see, however, if we can get some invites. So
yeah.
Yeah.
You can set things up, but a fun series. Thank you everyone for dropping by. We love to see all of the betting and all of the new followers, and if you are new to the channel, make sure you hit that follow button. You can see it up at the top of your screen there. If you have Twitch Prime, feel free to use it here. These subs go back to the casting team and the content creators. They help deliver a lot of the awesome content you're seeing between rounds, which brings me to the YouTube channel, which you should also go follow. It is really popping off now. We are doing highlight reels, team interviews, and obviously every game posted on YouTube. So if you miss one, you can always watch it back there. I highly recommend going over there to Echo Arena VRML YouTube and subscribing. It is only going to get better, and the more people that tune in, the better it'll get. I can tell you, the creators love that people are liking their content, and the more appreciation they get, the better it will get for you guys. So I highly recommend going to check it out. But yeah, I think that's it for me at least. We're going to dive into another game soon.
Yeah, it looks like I got some friend invites. So yeah, gonna just be setting up the next match really quickly here. But thanks guys for watching. Thank you also to Epic Apples for subscribing with Prime Gaming just now. Appreciate that very much. To Nillywick as well for subscribing with Prime about 10 minutes ago. And Asterion Products for their 10 Tier 1 subs to the community. That was awesome. We will be right back with your next match. Plays featuring Season 3, Week 2, in this match between Spaghetti and Synapse. At number 9, you've heard of ankle breakers, but how about wrist wreckers? The risk taker Oculus Satyr shows the handles. In real life, you might jump for joy, but in Echo games, you jump for Jack. Which is to say, this didn't produce much of anything for Al, but the entertainment value alone deserves the 8th spot. A 2-for-1 highlight at number 7. First, it's a partial save to deny an extra point for Meatballer, but Zach, more importantly, putting Synapse ahead late in round 1. At number 6, it's nice passing from Spaghetti, but then it's Zach with the heady, which, as it turns out, becomes a recurring theme in this game. Up high at high 5, it's Zach with the tough mail slot angle, clearly moonlighting as a Paperboy pro when he's not playing Echo. At number 4 head, it's .com, the master of his dome, Mang, with the headbutt save while he's stunned. At number 3, there is no 3. Goal looks pretty open, and yet it's .com again, taking points off of Spaghetti's plate. Next up, it's Connemara, walking the dog and picking up number 2 with that nasty bait. Call him a con man, that was dirty. At number 1, it's Zach W, boosting into a flawless headbutt pass for the Caption 3. That is absolutely ridiculous. Back in preseason 1, it was Zach who had hit the first ever cloud shot in a pro league scenario, and now 1 year later continues to be an offensive innovator on the Echo scene. This has been VRML Top Plays. Thanks for watching. Welcome to VRML Top Plays from Season 3, Week 2, featuring Redshift versus Project Mayhem. Warming up into number 10, take a stretch and get loose with Zeus. Then it's Citizen getting in with a cleanup on Angle 9. Tough one. At number 8, it's a dive and a miss, but the Palace Pass will not. At number 7, it's the Law on Patrol with a look-away passing play to Palace. Zeus is all warmed up at number 6 with a tough fading hit over the defense. Then under the fence at number 5, it's Palace with a sweet thread to Vanzi. At number 4, it's Zux with a cloud shot, and he's living on cloud 9. He's a pro. At 3, it's Van Z through the 3 defenders, then the Law with one more to B-Love in the finish. If you're anticipating number 2, well, so was Supreme, a real student of the game with reads like those. Finally, at number 1, it's a 3-for-1 from Zux to open up the second round. He gets a save, and then a little razzle, a little dazzle, and some snazzy moves all around from Zux, starting off what was an absolute avalanche of a round for Redshift. This has been your VRML Top Plays.
Good afternoon, Jacks and Jills. I am Monsieur Demouy, and this is 3 Minute Meta. In this third installment, we are going to cover defensive gel schemes. So I'm going to throw a whole bunch of numbers at you, and then we're going to break them down. 211, 121, 112, 22, and 1111, though we're just going to call this man from here on. These are your basic defensive gel schemes. With the exception of man coverage, the 3 numbers correspond to 3 assignments in the following order: forecheck, midfield, and backfield. The numbers represent how many players you are committing to each of these assignments, and pairs typically represent chain pairs. So we'll start with the most common, and so likely the one most familiar to you, the 2-1-1. This scheme is typically run by sending a chain in the direction of the opposing team's quarterback, sending one player up to mid, typically to cover a pass option, and leaving a player back to guard against long shots, deep passes, and clears. It's the most common style of defensive coverage because it also tends to be the safest to run. Any players you send deep are in a pair and so can boost back on defense. There's a goalie protecting the bubble and goal, and the midfield player is not too far out to generally get caught behind the play if the offense progresses through mid. Conversely, a 1-2-1 scheme, while used a fair bit at the competitive level, is also a generally vulnerable scheme. This scheme sends a single player in the direction of the quarterback while setting a chain up to attack the first or second pass. The aggressive nature of the play does lead to some moderate success in forcing a quick turnover, but if the play does not succeed, there's a fair chance that the forechecking player will be caught well behind the play, and thus the offense may be able to push a 4v3 all the way to the goal. This is not to say that the 1-2-1 should not be used, only that you should be aware of the dangers when deploying this scheme. The 2-2 scheme is one that utilizes 2 defensive chains, generally one to attack the quarterback and one to attack the first pass, or some other combination of similar assignments. It's an incredibly flexible strategy given the mobility of having all players.
Hello everybody, welcome back to VR Master League Channel 1, and now we got you a first stream between these two teams in the EU, with Nothing to Lose versus the Meowsters. So on the casting booth now, I'm Palidore, being joined this time by SputnikKobra, coming in from Channel 2, had streamed that Nameless versus Not Esport match, and we had the other match here between Envy and Hellbent, but yeah, how's it going, Sputnik, and how was your match also?
It's going well, and it was a win by Not in 2 rounds. A very good game from both teams. Nameless trying to find their shots, just weren't able to find them that round, but I'm confident the next time I see them play, they're going to be able to sink them.
And over on this end, of course, everyone joining us here in the Twitch chat, we're able to see that great game between Envy and Hellbent. Went to 3 rounds and was very close, especially in that second round, just a 1-point differential, but ultimately, it was indeed Envy able to come back after winning the first, dropped the second, won the third, and did it in pretty good fashion there in that third round. But I mean, both those teams played super well, and as always, I mean, in the Master tier, you expect to see that kind of high speed, high precision gameplay, and it was great to watch and cast that with Nightfire. Thank him for joining us as well. And with that, these two teams though, over on Nothing to Lose and Meowsters, can see their rosters here provided on the overlays, once again courtesy of Ignite for our stats and our player overlays there, always appreciated. So check out Ignite, ignitevr.gg, great tools for the community. And also shout out to our awesome sponsors in HyperX, Asterion Products, Rebuff Reality, Pro2 VR, VR Cover, Fixed Gaming, and VRware.net. All these the sponsors here for VRML supporting this community and all the efforts we're putting together across the games in our VR esports scene. With that, round 1 about to be underway between these two teams. Let's do it!
And with that said, the neutral joust countdown has gone through. It will be won by Nothing to Lose, but they'll lose it to Meowsters. A little bit to pick it right back up, making off, sending it down to Angry Fight. Angry Fight sending it in, but that slap out, but able to pick it right back up and dish it right back into the goal. So that will be 2 points on the board for Nothing to Lose. 20 seconds off the clock.
Oh yeah, and thank you for reminding me, Twitch chat. Sorry about that. Complete the prediction for you from that last round, and maybe start another one here in a second. But yeah, with that, take over, Sputnik. I'm gonna type up a prediction for these fine folk.
And with that rollout from Joust advantage will be Meowsters trying to find that anchor pass. It will bounce a little wide off the Geo. That stack coming through from the back line for Nothing to Lose. Sending it forward, but they will lose that. And that's really going to be redundant. So Nothing to Lose now. It will be sailing down towards their bubble. A stun coming through on a player from Nothing to Lose. And Meowsters looking for possession. And they're going to clear it down towards the Meowsters bubble. So it will bounce off ceiling. It will be picked up by that Meowster stack. And it will be cleared down through mid. And Nate Appleton, thank you for those 15 bits. We appreciate them. Making off now with possession. Looking to set up his team outside the bubble. Looking to make this drive into the bubble. And getting all the way into the bubble and finding the 2 points will be making off. And he's going to make off with those 2 points. And that will be a 4-0 advantage to Nothing to Lose. So they're not looking to lose right now. And Nightfire coming through with those 10 months. Thank you for subscribing.
Yeah, tier 1 sub, thank you there. And, well, right now, Nothing to Lose with the first 4 points, looking like Baguette and Hellbent in that first couple rounds of that last match, where they were able to score the first couple of goals. So, with that, down is Meowsters, but they still got plenty of time to work with, and I like the passing play we're seeing in the midline. Mighty fine, in fact, as they cross it over, back and forth. Look at just the precision before the defense finally got them. It was making off with a stun.
And it will be picked up by making off once again. I'll throw that clear into the hands of Charks. Charks sending it up to the ceiling. So Sim looking at this attempt. He's going to find it. A little bit of interference coming from This Is the Cat on the goalie. So Sim will find it at 3 meters with the assist from Sharks.
And Kirozuto saying, not looking like a Baguette, like looking like the Baguette from Team Hellbent. We just saw him last round. I guess I could have gone that route, though. Just say, looking like a Baguette, getting that bread. Something along those lines. I mean, it could have gone either direction. That said, Shepard with a disc here for Nothing to Lose. And off those first couple points from Meowsters, they might just be able to do it again because they cause another turnover, and there's the clear.
And it will bounce a little bit around. It'll go back to where it initially bounced from, bouncing off that lower geo. Not Blue will pick it up, send a nice long pass to Shepard. Shepard's going to send it right down, and that pass is going to connect into the hands of Angry Fight. Angry Fight finding that dunk, actually a 1 meter shot, but pretty much a layup. It's now a 4-point advantage to Nothing to Lose. Nothing to Lose on that great pickup outside their bubble, getting that forward pass, and then getting that stack down court, and sending that pass to meet Angry Fight. Shepard really making that happen.
All right, so now stacking out of the tunnels will be taken by Sharks and sending it through that tunnel. No one home, though, to actually get it, so it will be Not Blue and Shepard in the back line with the take back for Nothing to Lose, as they're going to try and make some passing plays here. The right idea, execution not there, so it will be slapped back into the orange zone, where just in the reach of Angry Fights and getting in an Angry Fight with Sim, as that goes back into the blue, and recovered here by Angry. No, actually by Sharks, as they send it, and more brawls yet unfolding at the trench. So looking like some trench warfare.
Definitely an Angry Fight now. Looking at this attempt on goal, it's going to bounce wide. Ooh. And the slap coming through from making off at 4 meters. Really good plays from Nothing to Lose, and they're not looking to lose this match, and they're playing with intensity.
That goal slapped in more ways than one. Making off. Wasted no time to get that right past the defense, taking them off guard with the volleyball spike of sorts. So nice job as they score 8 points now, and down by a little bit, but still 5:26 remaining in this first round. Cat with a disc and needs to avoid the defense, does not. There's making off again, trying to send one into the blue.
And it will bounce off the floor into the hands of Angry Fight, sending it for that pass to the shield, but the stun coming through will disable that opportunity for Nothing to Lose, and that clear down towards the bubble of Nothing to Lose, and looking for possession will be Meowsters, and Sim will sink it in at 8 meters, able to find that pickup among the coverage, finding that goal opportunity and sinking it. So now only a 3-point game. Nothing to Lose has the advantage, but this can go either way right now.
Oh, absolutely. Very close now off of that 3. Great hit. And right back at it, trying to maybe cause some more damage. Will be Nothing to Lose, sending it to the tunnel. Meanwhile, that stack in the back finally getting back together, but actually you can see in the background kind of struggling, getting caught up in one of the geos. So this is going to give an opportunity to push. And will they score? Yes, they shall. It's not Blue. Well, it was Blue. The goal, that is, as they went around for the frontwards dunk.
And they'll find that. So, you know, maintaining this momentum is Nothing to Lose. Meowsters was able to find that opportunity in the previous possession, but Nothing to Lose able to get down court on these joust advantages. And with joust advantage to Meowsters, Sharks will send it off the geo. This is the Cat will pick it up at mid. under pressure. Recognize that pass to his side, and getting it off the wall will be Sim, but Sim under pressure will give it up to Angry Fight, and Angry Fight will send the clear down.
Well, that just might be a shot as well, as it actually bounces to Charks. Needs to get rid of that rather quickly, and does so as it floats to the wedge, taken back by Not Blue. Not Blue has Angry Fight up top by that nest, but threw it a bit under the feet, and trying to avoid defeat here is indeed Meowsters. But Shepard takes it back, and now another opportunity lost, as this is the cat. Well, that was the grab, but couldn't get the clear.
And with possession now is NothingToLose, trying to find that forward pass. It's going to be wide. Coming out of goal will be Shark, sending it for the clear. It's not going to find its way through the tube. It will be picked up by Shepard, though. Looking to start his offense all over again, finding that forward pass, but making off will be stunned and not able to get possession. We slapped out towards mid again. And looking to pick it up and getting it will be Angry Fight, so they have another chance at this offensive possession, and they will roll out towards the floor.
Yeah, this is kind of turning into some deja vu as a 2-point shot just misses. We're seeing a lot of the defense, these stuns coming in from Meowsters, but each time of the last 2 or 3 opportunities, we're not able to get it clear. Kept getting stuck at the midline and at the tunnel. See if they can get one this time, but kind of same results. However, there are some players there boosting fast, so Sim takes a disc, and they finally get it into the orange zone with a chance to maybe cut it back to... let's see, maybe 3? Well, 2 points, so it will be a 3-point deficit, and will be still an opportunity to get back in this game off of that great hit from Sim.
One of the players from NothingToLose making the dive out of the goal. They had 2 players on defense in the bubble. They should have coordinated one to stay in goal and one to make the dive, but it's always hard to do that under pressure. So with possession is Shepard sending it left tube, getting it right into the hands of Angry Fight. Angry Fight now sending it forward in the hands of Making Off. So Making Off getting it past his defense, but not getting it past those players in defense. Space will make the pickup.
Yeah, you know, two things take away from this round so far is I'm impressed by the offense and the passing here from NothingToLose. I'm impressed by the defense of Meowsters. So far, the offense winning out more often than not, as you can tell by the 3-point lead, maybe even more. It's 5 points, so 12-7. And a big hit to possibly get that gap wide enough for this victory as we approach the final minute following this joust.
And I couldn't agree more about the passing. Making these attempts and making them successfully will be NothingToLose. They're getting down court, they're maintaining positions, and they're creating opportunities on offense. The Meowsters making stops on defense, so a really good back and forth between these teams.
Oh, for sure. Still very, very close, but separation wider thanks to Shepard. Will heard the disc in and doubled up on the score, 14-7, and that should be ice here in this first round, but definitely making a game of it were the Meowsters. Still a good opportunity in round 2 to come back after, you know, a minute intermission just to re-strategize a little bit.
They'll definitely want to put some points on this board, gain some momentum, figure out a way to get around this NothingToLose defense. Because NothingToLose is making stops at the midline. They're making stops, you know, in their bubble, and they have this opportunity. Meowster's taking the shot, but Making Off will stop it at the bubble, and he'll send it forward to Shepard. So Meowsters, you know, they have to find some sort of rhythm. They have to figure out some way to get around this NothingToLose defense, get possession down court, and maintain it so they can work their bubble offense. But with that being said, that's the first round and NothingToLose.
Yeah, Angry Fight and Making Off there. Also, a nice job, I want to point out, just quickly stacking back and forth and not losing connection on those grabs. They really adjusted well to just be pretty much everywhere at once, thanks to that chain. But 14-7 in that first round, and still a bit closer perhaps than the score would indicate. I mean, with the rhythm that it seemed like they had, you'd think the lead would be even greater, but no, you know, just sticking right in it were the Meowsters. And I'm excited for this next round, see if they're able to adjust, and maybe we can get a second round 3 in a row here on the stream.
Definitely. And Sim for Meowsters would come away with 7 points, 6 stuns, Sharks getting 1 assist, 1 save, and Space finding 2 saves. And on NothingToLose, a nice point spread, a lot of teamwork. Not Blue with 2 points, Shepard with 4 points, Angry Fight with 4 points, Making Off with 4 points. And assists to everyone except for Making Off. Making Off finding 1 save and 1 steal, but you know, you see this team really gelling, really finding their rhythm on Nothing to Lose, and Meowsters wants to find that, wrestle control of this match back, and find some success in the second round.
A quick shout out to the Twitch chat. Thank you guys for joining us. See, again, Nate Appleton in there, also with the sub earlier on. Cano, Camden, Name is Frick, Tiggs, Alikos, and round 2 about to start. Also, shout out to Kite Cat. My BF is the best. GG. So supporting Meowsters there, no doubt. And, well, welcome to the stream. Thanks for supporting both your team and the channel with a follow. Appreciate that very much as this round gets going.
So Sharks with possession, sending it forward to Space, and Space will find it at 5 meters. So that's 2 points on the board, and Meowster's able to make that rollout, make those passes, find possession in that bubble, and a nice easy shot from Space to put them on the board.
Yeah, Space finding, well, some open space there quickly into this round. And well done on their part. That's the start that they wanted to see, because now they put Nothing to Lose kind of on the heels and force them to respond in this, this initial minute or two of gameplay. But right now, pass initially having trouble connecting. The defense playing very well. Again, the aggression I really quite like here from the side of Meowsters on defense. And that's going to be a turnover thanks to the save from Sharks. Had to chuck that one out from far beyond that bubble, and in fact, might be an opportunity to score another series of points here as the defense does get back, though, for Nothing to Lose.
But it will be picked up by Sharks. Sharks trying to find that cross pass to mid. It will sail past his teammate, making off now with possession, sending it through tube, getting that stun on a player, challenging that stack from Nothing to Lose. So Meowster's now slapping it down, not under pressure, maybe a little bit of miscommunication. And then this open goal attempt going off the backboard, it's not going to be good. It's going to bounce out of the bubble. So Meowsters can take this time to set up on defense.
Yeah, kind of an unforced turnover there, and just comes down to communication. As you mentioned at times, that's one of the big things about Echo here. Certainly the communication on point for Nothing to Lose as they go for those passes. Now, they will miss it, but still had the right idea and some great positioning as well. I mean, same thing there. Miscatch, but I still like the fact that they were spacing appropriately. You can see it even here. Look, they got the nest, they got the floor. I mean, they're all in the right spots, as is that shot.
And also, you see Meowsters on defense. They coordinated who was going to make the dive and who was going to stay in goal. And unfortunately, they couldn't make the stop or the save in that chance, in that scenario. But they executed it correctly, and they'll have success with it in the future.
Oh, and now really fast joust coming out on defense from the side of Nothing to Lose. So gonna put a little bit of pressure, actually a lot bit of pressure, I should say, on the side of Meowsters. They'll still get the disc back. A good pass there and well positioned as well. They have that triangle going right in the mid line between Bowtie Pack and the Boot. So a good pass to Sim, and they're just gonna eye it down, try to look for some opportunities, but now it's gonna be taken away from Not Blue.
And Not Blue sending it down court towards that bubble of Meowsters. And they will pick it up, so Angry Fight will find possession in the bubble as Meowsters tries to get back to respond to stop that opportunity. But that will be 2 points to Angry Fight at a meter behind the goal. And that will be a 2-point advantage now to Nothing to Lose. 6 minutes, 50 seconds on the clock. And this has been a good match. I said in the first round this could go either way. Meowsters just needs to maintain that momentum, find these opportunities. And on that slap pass, it's going to sail down towards the floor of Nothing to Lose, be picked up by making off. And that stack at tube is trying to contest Nothing to Lose, but Meowsters will get stunned. But now they have the time to get back into bubble, and now they're going to set up their defense.
Yeah, and their defense has been, again, pretty stalwart on the whole. I mean, really playing a heavy... Look at this. I mean, the coverage is very well done on behalf of Meowsters. I think where they're getting lost a little bit, and you can see it on that joust as well, off the offensive joust, was just the immediate slap. We've seen that a couple times where they're kind of throwing the disc with an intended pass or down the floor, but where they could have held on to it a little bit longer. They could have made a more precise, careful kind of pass, and that's where they're losing their opportunities a bit, is just on some of that offensive execution, despite the very nice defense.
And these are the newer teams. This is a newer team in the European region, and they're doing a lot of things right.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
Even if they miss their passes, they're maintaining their positioning. So it just takes time to develop that mechanical memory, but Shepard will come from behind and get possession off that steal. And now he's going to look for that long clear attempt towards that oncoming stack, but that will bounce off the Geo. and I'll send it right back forward. And then another follow-up pass, but that one won't be on for nothing to lose. And Meowsters will send it through mid, and a crash out will occur for Meowsters. So they're only down by 2. They can put points on the board, and they just have to maintain this momentum. I keep saying it, but it's so crucial. And that forward clear will come through on that stack, and then Not Blue sending it up to Nest, and that shot coming through, and that one will be off. So Meowsters just has to fight this offense off, but they're a man down, and Not Blue will find possession above the goal and slam dunk that one right in.
Yeah, tough on the crash, definitely for Meowsters, but regardless of that, gotta go to that play once again. That was great from Nothing to Lose. You talk about positioning. The whole reason why that worked out, you see, first of all, the good pass to the Nest. I mean, well placed, right place, good spot to hit a cutter potentially, or a diver. That said, missed the shot, didn't matter. Why? Because they also had someone positioned over on that backboard who's able to collect the disc. And then after getting the disc on that left side of the goal, right over here, they had another well-positioned player for a dunk opportunity at the goalpost. So like I said, even through any kind of mistakes, which happens at every single level, they were still spaced the right way, which enabled them just a quick connection on the passes to the goals. And those are the kind of things you love to see, especially, again, considering, these are newer teams compared to so many of the veterans who we've seen on stream today, for instance. You love to see those kind of fundamentals executed with such precision and purpose among bronze teams, as well as other, just as well as the master teams, or the gold, platinum, or diamond, silver divisions. It makes me happy.
Absolutely. This is what I love to see. I love to see these new teams doing everything right, trying to find their like, I talk about a rhythm so much. I talk about this rhythm, this momentum, and it's so critical. It's so important, because teams will get into a rhythm. They'll recognize their positioning of their teammates, not thinking about it. It will all become instinctive. So you make these instinctual movements, your teammates make instinctual movements, and you get into a rhythm of moving and playing this game without thinking. Everything is done without thought. It just happens. And these teams are getting in that groove to start doing that. And this is only their first season. This is only the 3rd week, and they're really improving. And they have the chance to be, these players, they have the chance to really contest the top tier teams in maybe a few months. If they continue doing what they're doing now, they improve their mechanical skill.
Yeah.
They improve their position, and anything is possible in Echo Arena.
Yeah, exactly. We're seeing that for sure. Even looking at some of the rookie teams from last season, and just their growth and progression, you're seeing a lot of those, a lot of the community from the Quest version, from either Quest 1 or Quest 2, who less than a year ago, for some less than 6 or 7 months ago even, I mean, coming in to season either late season 1 or into season 2 fresh. And now in season 3, you're seeing those players, those teams really like making these legitimate pushes up higher and higher in the ladders. And I do feel like by the time we reach perhaps even season 4, I'm expecting absolutely some of those Quest 1, Quest 2 teams to really be pressing up on potentially even Master Division in some cases. I mean, there are some seriously standout players. And I think that's also credit just to the big population burst from Quest, because now we're just having this flood of talents. And I think as those generational type talents establish themselves, start making some teams, and just keep doing what they're doing, we're going to see them definitely populating that top tier.
And that's what I love to see. I love to see standout players. I love to see disruption at the top tier of the game. And I think I'm going to be able to see it in this region with these players, because I haven't seen them before. I'm impressed with them. And like you said, and like I said, they're doing everything right. So when we see them start to execute at a higher level, when we see them start to play at a higher level, they're going to continue to grow.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And to touch on that point too, you're just saying about good to see kind of new faces, new blood contesting and disrupting the flow of things. Definitely is what you like to see, because yeah, at the current Master Tier, in either region. It's a really healthy mix between multi-year veterans, but there's also a lot of new blood, new faces, or faces that were not, at the top levels and competing at those top tiers with max hype and visibility and making those close games. It just wasn't the case a couple of years back. 2-3 years ago, or even 1 year ago to an extent. It's just incredible how you have so much health in the community now that you can get these legitimate matches, just top to bottom, in each division basically, where you're just getting all kinds of comebacks, these overtimes, these round threes, and it's great to see for sure.
And you talk about being excited for VRML Season 4.
Yeah, Twitches apparently.
Yeah, and Twitches, and I'm looking forward to Season 5. I'm looking forward to Season 6. I'm looking forward to Echo Arena taking over the world. I mean, that's a little grandiose, but really, this is the best of the best. This is such a unique game, and I know Palidore. I know you don't want to hear me wax poetically about it, but this game has so much potential, and we're seeing it every season. We see these new players get into the game. We see them devote their time and energy into it, and we really see it pay off. We watch it. We watch it in real time. We cast it in real time, and we feel that energy.
Yeah, for sure. Hey, I agree with you all along the way. It's getting big. This game, you can tell. I think Discord 20,000 plus strong at this point. The main Echo Discord, the VRML Discord has a couple thousand in there after just a couple months of being a thing. Definitely the interaction at an all-time high. The participation from the league. We've got 240 teams roughly, which is to say we got another 10 team growth or so over the week 1 numbers. We started at, I think, about 228, 229, and then I think we had 239 for week 2, something like that, / week 3. So just growing week by week even, which is the same thing in Season 1, and yeah, it's ongoing. Same for with our casters teams. We've been having both VRML Channel 2 and 3 populated and having casted matches on many of these days in these primetime slots. So even from the casting standpoint, people getting in on the action more and more, and the creator standpoint, as we mentioned, over on our YouTubes, making more regular content for viewers to watch. Top plays, recaps, interviews with master teams and such. It's all a very cohesive thing we're putting together within the community.
And it makes you wonder, what would have happened if we would have gotten to this game? If you and I, didn't play, so early on, and we were getting into it now. How different would it be? We, more so, you are responsible for, so much, and, we miss playing. I know, I miss playing to an extent, and I love casting now. I love devoting all my creative energy to doing this, but, what would it have been like if we would have got into the game in the middle of it, right? Rather than at the beginning.
Well, I think we just have to look at the population coming in now and how advanced they're getting out and quickly. Thing is, obviously, and I say this a lot, but Echo is one of the kind of games. VR, this applies to all of VR, but Echo especially. There are very few things from a traditional video game that translate to Echo, because the majority of everything you do in Echo, it's physical. It's physics-based on what you're doing in real life with your entire body. It's not just a matter of what you're doing on a gamepad or a mouse and keyboard. It's how you throw. It's the speed of your punches and of your throws and your shots, much like you would do in real life. And that's why the sport comparison always comes to mind with real life, traditional sports, where that's the kind of skills that translates over. But the thing is, when we are all new to Echo, a lot of us had to spend a lot of time figuring it out. It took months and months to even figure out that regrabs and multiple regrabs that should be a thing. Once upon a time, in the first 6 months maybe of Echo, including the beta and such, it was getting more than one regrab was impressive. Getting a single pull off of someone was already nice. Being able to grab someone in the midfield and boost off of them, that was insane. throwing in a 10 meter per second straight arm 3-point shot from 8 meters away. That was insane. I mean, passing was your basic cross pass was unheard of for most teams for a while. So that's the thing. You see now teams coming in, rookie or otherwise, and they're able to execute some of these plays that took us many months, if not years, to actually develop and start touching the ceiling on, or even at least approaching it in some regard. And that's why it's, you know, I think an awesome benefit to have so many casted games and footage now, because it's easy to have resources to learn from.
Definitely, and looks like there's gonna be another time stoppage, so we can reminisce a little bit more. But you know, going back in time, thinking about all of this, we were infants crawling around the court.
That's against TOS.
Yeah, well, I got nothing to say about that one. But we had no idea what we were doing. And, you know, when I started playing this game, no one told me to throw it like a ball. I threw it like a frisbee. And then eventually I realized, oh, I can just throw this like a baseball. Oh, this works like a baseball. Oh, I can just play goalie like a hockey goalie. Yeah. And then, like, everyone...
Fun story about that real quick. Well, you can finish your thought as well, but...
No, please.
So for Season 1 finals of ESL, VRL, back in... Oh, looks like we got... Well, I'll finish anyways, real quick. I had practiced, speaking of hockey, I was not good at goalkeeping. Still not, but I mean... I practiced for the last month leading up to Season 1 finals. I bought a Goalkeeper VR, I think, on Steam. And I practiced on that every day. I drilled it for months. Basically, it just puts you in a VR hockey net like a goalkeeper and shoots pucks at you rapidly. And I did that for the entire month, just as Making Off gets the 3-point play. But I did that for an entire month, just to save one shot in the finals. It was worth it. But yeah. Anyway, enough of that, because we are finally back at this match.
I mean, I do like that story.
Yeah.
But yeah, Making Off able to find that 3 on that open goal. So, you know, they're back in this match, not planning to lose momentum off this time stoppage. There's nothing to lose. They'll have this 7-point advantage. They get that forward pass, and Making Off really just finding a nice 3, sinking that one in, and making this drive and getting it off. I believe the head. It did look like one of the players had headbutted it. But Making Off will find 2 more points at 5 meters.
It was very close to one, but yeah, with that a 11-2 advantage, just a third of this round left. 3:30. Offensive joust from Meowsters, attempting to get something going. They had the first points of this round, really early on into that first joust of round 2, but that said, since then, it has been a downpour from Not Blue, and I guess when it rains, it pours, because maybe looking for a few more, but a good stun, and knocked loose into the wedge as Space takes it and sends it on a good clear.
And it will bounce off Pac-Man down towards the floor, into the hands of Making Off. So with this 9-point advantage, 3 minutes on the clock, it will go back towards the bubble of Nothing to Lose. It will be picked up by Not Blue. Not Blue sending that short pass, and looking maybe for a boost and clear, but getting a little bit of momentum would be those players from Nothing to Lose pressuring that disc holder, forcing that turnover at mid. So Angry Fight now with possession outside the bubble, slowing it down and sending it cross.
All right, so winding down these last couple minutes, perhaps 2:30 left, and another offensive opportunity. Actually, never mind, going to be denied by Space. With that force on the punch as Shepard takes it right back. So stealing the lunch money, checking behind just to see where he's at, and finding now a pass just a little beyond the grasp of his teammate, but still taken by Angry. Angry now has some options, and they're going to back it out to the cutting Making Off to the backboard. And like I said, flawless execution. That is some beautiful team play.
Finding that pass behind goal would be Making Off, assisting his teammate. And Not Blue would finish it off at a meter. So, you know, good positioning. They came back from this time stoppage really on a roll. So joust advantage now to Meowsters. Meowsters will send it through the left tube. It's not going to be able to get through the tube. It will bounce back towards wedge and off wedge. So Sharks looking to find that clear through tube. Shepard now shutting down that angle, and they're really slowing it down and working their way up towards the bubble of Meowsters.
And with another pass, oh, good save though from Charts. Burden and Charin on that one, but still angry fight with the disc recovered, sending it back to the bow, and that's a tough thing because great defense is hard to do, and it's hard to do twice, but somehow he does! Charks, another great save, and out of there, a fantastic defense, and now a clear.
2 good dives from Meowsters, able to find that possession, able to get that clear, but Sharks will lose it along the wall, will be picked up by Angry Fight in the bubble. But talk about good defense. We've talked about Meowsters' good defense this whole game, and able to make those 2 stops and goal would be Meowsters, so sending that clear down would be nothing to lose. Sharks will pick it up. Sharks now looking for an opportunity, sending it down to the floor in space, looking for an opportunity, but no, it will bounce off his teammate's head, picked right back up by Sharks, and Sharks will find that 3 at 8 meters, so that's what Meowsters needs. Maybe not enough time, but those are the points that they need to put on the board, and they had a good offensive rollout, they had good passes in the bubble, and they were able to convert on that offensive possession.
I tell you what, the game, yes, out of hand this time for a comeback, will be the 2-round victory. But I gotta say, that last minute from Charks, 2 saves, and then that very nicely placed shot from 3. That was pretty slick. Gotta give him that. But that said, nothing to lose. They had everything to win here, at least today in the 2 rounds, and they were definitely looking slick on the offense, the team play, all of the above. Well-earned victory from them, 13-5.
Most definitely. So ending this round will be Not Blue of Nothing to Lose with 8 points, 2 assists. Shepard finding 4 points, 3 assists. And Palidore, if you got those stats, I can't read the screen, so you can take over.
Yeah, got those back up here, courtesy, of course, of IgniteVR.gg. And there you have it. So, can take a look at that. Oh, by the way, you might notice in the bottom right corner now, we also have the score ticker showing the results of some recent games, the yellow team being the one who won. Courtesy of So Much for Subtlety, adding that into our stream package just the last day or 2. So, appreciate that, and just wanted to point that out for you guys in case you didn't see. But, with that said, yeah, nothing to lose. I mean, 6 points, 6 points, 4 assists for Angry Fight. Making Off has 9 points, 1 assist, 1 save, 2 steals, and 25 stuns. Shepard putting together 4 points, 3 assists, 2 steals, and 19 stuns. And then Not Blue with 8 points, 2 assists, 2 steals, and 26 stuns. Wow. Everyone contributing points, everyone assisting each other by the dozen, it feels like. I mean, just a bunch of passes. And also a lot of steals from Making Off, Shepard, and Blue. So definitely really nice cohesive effort from all 4. Over on Meowsters' side, you see Charks with 3 points, 2 assists, 4 saves. They had Diat with 1 assist, 5 stuns, and I think coming in there just last minute, couple minutes after some connections issues. But Space with 2 points, 3 saves, 25 stuns. You had Sim with 7 points, piling those in, and then 12 stuns. And then this is the Cat, who had 1 steal and 28 stuns in the hat. And with that, nothing to lose in the 2-round sweep on what was still a very nice game. They're going to even up their record now, 2-2.
An absolutely great game to both teams, and I hope to see them more in the future because they definitely have the makings of greatness.
Yes, indeed. And with that, I will indeed give you guys your prediction points. Thanks for the reminders. Yeah, it was fun to watch. And glad we got to cast these guys for the first time there and get some of these streams in. We'll, of course, have more a little bit later on in the day on the North American side. And, yeah, it'll be a good time. Later today, we also have, let's see, Ethereal and Joker looks like is scheduled for the evening, and that's still about 4 hours away. But that'll be your 1 Master Tier match. Actually, no, a couple. We have Joker and Spaghetti also following that. So that's going to be another hype one. And it looks like those are your 2 Master matches in North America for the evening. Of course, we'll have matches of many different divisions streamed for you. But with that, any final words, Sput, or shall we sign off?
Good games, and I'll see you later.
All right, well, on that note, thank you guys for watching. Good games indeed. This has been Palidore. This has been VR Master League. And yeah, you guys be happy, healthy, safe, and good to each other. And, oh, Nightbot, deleting 40 messages. I'm going to have to time him out. And we'll see you again real soon.
Season 3 of VRML Echo Arena is brought to you by HyperX, Rebuff Reality, Asterion Products, ProTube VR, VR Cover, Fixed Gaming, and VRware.net.